All right, Mike, so this is a list of the exercises I gave you yesterday, specifically some strength training for running. Obviously, you can concentrate on your legs, but most specifically your butt and your hamstrings. Moving yourself forward, which running is, you're propelling yourself forward, is all driven by the muscles on the back of your body. So going forward, muscles on the back. So your glutes, hamstrings, and then a little bit your calves, but mostly your glute and your hamstrings. So we'll work on those. Obviously squats, lunges, but a couple specific things we can do with squats and lunges that are really good for running. Running, one of the most important things is stability. If you think about what running is, it's literally hopping one foot to the other, over a series, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of times. That's all running really is. So as you hop, you have to stabilize yourself. You want your body to be in control. If things are weak, if you have muscles that maybe have an issue, you don't have good stabilization. When you land, you're landing with anywhere from 2 to 4 times your body weight with each single step. So you think about what that is in terms of weight. Now you're asking your body to be strong and steady as you're moving forward, whatever pace you're going at. So there's a lot of stabilization there. That stabilization is going to come from your glutes and your hips, and then a ton in your core as well. So you don't want to be collapsing. When you collapse here or collapse at your waist as you break, you'll see my leg automatically, starts to bend and break. And that's when people get into issues with repetitive use injuries. That knee drifts in, that leads to Achilles injuries, it leads to knee injuries, it leads to knee pain, the whole thing. So stability, super important, not only for staying healthy, but also more efficient running strides so you can run longer, run faster, all those things. So talked about a lunge, and we did walking lunges before, but specifically for running, rather than lunge, step, gather yourself, lunge, step, gather yourself. For running, bring more stabilization, more stability work. If you step to one foot, step to the other foot, step to the other foot. So don't gather yourself. So by taking that stride, this is going to force you to work on those stabilizer muscles and work on improving your balance, stabilization. Now you can hold the dumbbells to the side like we've done. You can do some variations with how you're holding the weight. You can go single arm. Anytime you throw in a single arm and you're weighted on one side, not the other, that's going to throw off the balance too. So you're forcing your body to do more stabilization. So that's awesome for running. So you can just hold the dumbbell down just on one side and do your lunges. And that's going to make it more difficult. You're going to go really hard and obviously use a lighter weight, but you load that arm up over your head, and that really challenges your stabilization. You've really got to work to stay steady if you have one arm up overhead like that. As far as the rear elevated split squat, so the rear elevated is back foot elevated up, and this is one that we talked about before. You want to think about generating the movement. Your butt goes back, you fold at your waist, and then you're driving off of the foot that's here, off your glute and your hamstring. So you really want to drive up and make sure you come tall. You really want to try to get full extension so your hips, fully come straight at the top. It obviously, with weights, I'm just showing you the motion. And this is great for running. You can even shorten that a little bit and just come here and go rapid. And that's going to put a little more strain on you to stay stable so you're not wobbling up at the top. Another one we can do, stiff-legged deadlift or Romanian deadlift, and it's just keeping your legs straight, and it's that motion talk about. You're going to generate, your butt drives back, you're going to fold at your waist, your back stays good, straight and tall. So make sure you brace your core, lock your shoulders down, create a good tight line from your waist all the way up, and just down, up straight, down, up straight. When you come up, squeeze your glutes at the top. You're getting a lot of glute work as well as hamstring. Perfect one for running, a little more difficult and balanced, just your single leg. So you're going to hold the weight in the hand of the foot that comes up. So you think about your foot comes away, your hand replaces your foot. So it's all going to be on the same side. So you hold the weight, that foot comes up, down, and you're up. Down, it's that same motion, except just on one leg. So obviously it brings in a lot more balance. It's just going to work your glute and your hamstring more and make sure you come up straight and tall at the top. So finally, do a side lunge, or what they call a Cossack squat. So just stepping out to the side, and I'll show you from this position. So again, you're stepping to the side, but you're really generating the movement and the force with your butt. So your butt's gonna go back. So you step to the side, and then you wanna think about sending your butt. Right now I'm thinking about trying to touch my butt to the wall, so straight back. So a couple cues here. Make sure your feet start off both shoulder width apart, feet pointing straight ahead. When you step, this foot here that's planted doesn't move, it stays straight. This foot ideally should come in the exact same line. Your toes should still be lined up. That foot should be straight, facing straight forward, and then you drive your butt and your hips back. That's what's going to generate the movement, and then back up. And again, you can do a weight, hold it in like a goblet position, like a single weight here. You can hold a dumbbell in each hand, to give it more resistance. So those are just some great exercises specifically for running. We've already talked about a couple of those, and there's variations on what you're already doing.